Greetings everyone. I am Neelam Mathur and today I am going to tell you a story which is a Kannada folk tale. This story is a part of CBSC class 9 syllabus in the kingdom of fools. There is a saying in English that it's better to be without company than to be company of fools. And this story completely supports this saying. It is a story how if a person in a position of authority is a fool, how it impacts the lot of people around him and how then the things change. You will find it absolutely hilarious. I hope so. So let's read the story in the kingdom of fools. The story has been written by A.K. Ramanujan. I have divided it into certain heads. The first head is Stupid Order Followed in the Kingdom of Fools. The king and his minister in the kingdom of fools were stupid. The entire story is about the stupid decisions taken by these two. They ordered that night should be treated as day and all the people should work at that time. They should go to bed as soon as the day broke. The orders were followed by the people under the fear of being subjected to death sentence if not followed. This delighted the king and the minister because they wanted to do something different, right? So they gave this order. Now they have some visitor. One guru visits the kingdom along with his disciple, and they reach the place during the day. They find it beautiful but totally deserted. Everyone, including the animals, even the animals had been put into this habit of sleeping during the daytime. Even the animals were asleep. They were tired and hungry but could not get anything to eat till the evening, when the whole place woke up and came to life, to the surprise. When the guru and disciple bought some food items, they surprisingly found that everything, whether it was a bunch of bananas or a measure of rice, cost the same, 1 duddu, which was the currency of that place. Like we have rupees, America has dollars, UK has pounds. So like that. So that place had the currency called duddu. So everything cost the same. Guru leaves the city, but the disciple remains in the city. So seeing all this, the wise guru realized that they were in a kingdom of fools and it would not be safe to stay there. So he suggested to his disciple that they should leave the place as soon as possible. But disciple was greedy. He was very fond of eating and he found that the place was very cheap as far as food was concerned. So he did not want to go and leave the city, but Guru left and disciple stayed on and he bought all the food to his fill, and soon he grew very fat by eating so much of food, ghee and sugar and everything whatnot. Incident of theft in rich merchant's house. So one day in that kingdom or in that city, a thief broke into the house of a rich merchant to steal his valuables. And how he entered? By breaking one side of the wall. But as he was going out, after he had stolen all the stuff, he was carrying it out, that old wall fell on him and it killed him. Now what happened next? That the brother of the thief, he complained to the king that the owner of house was to be blamed for the death of his brother and he demanded justice. The king heard the case, and the merchant was found guilty because his house's wall collapsed and killed the thief. Now king did not mind that he had gone to steal or anything. No, he found that because he had made a weak wall, which was the reason of death of that thief, and he found him guilty. Right? Now nobody wanted, now the merchant did not want to be punished. So now let's see the chain of blame game. The merchant blamed the bricklayer who built the wall, as it was thought that his bad workmanship created a weak wall. He said, why should I be punished? Punish the person who made the wall. But the bricklayer blamed the dancer who distracted him when he was making the wall by passing in front of him a dozen times during the day, resulting in poor quality of the wall. Now when asked, the bricklayer remembered that day he got distracted because of this dancer, this girl, pretty girl, who crossed him number of times, a dozen times during the day. As a result, he got distracted, and that resulted in the poor quality of the wall. Then the dancer was called. The dancer accused the goldsmith, who called the dancer time and again to deliver jewelry she had asked to be made, but did not deliver it, leading to the distraction of the bricklayer. So when the dancer was called and asked, because it was a long time back it had happened, because that house was made by merchant's father, but she remembered that day he passed that way so many times because she had given some jewelry to be made, and jeweler kept giving her some time or the other to come and collect the jewelry and did not deliver it, and that is why she had to make so many trips, which resulted in the distraction of the bricklayer, and as a result a weak wall. Right? So the blame game goes on. Now when it came to goldsmith, he blamed the merchant's father, as he had been making the urgent jewelry for him, thus delaying the finishing of the dancer's jewelry. So when goldsmith was asked that why you called and did not deliver her jewelry on time, he said that merchant's father had ordered some jewelry for some wedding and he wanted an urgent delivery. As a result, he had to delay the finishing of dancer's jewelry, and that is why he kept delaying her jewelry. Now, father was already dead. So as the father was dead, the merchant was finally pronounced guilty, as he had inherited all the wealth as well as the bad deeds of his father. So now since that person who had ordered the jewelry, he was no more alive, so the king pronounced that since merchant has inherited complete property and everything of his father, so he will also inherit the bad deeds of his father. As a result, he should be punished. The disciple fell in trouble and Guru tricked to save him. Now let us see how the disciple gets roped in this complete story. Now he had to be punished. The stake was made for the execution. But once the stake was ready, they realized, the minister realized that for the size of the stake, the merchant was too thin. Now what to do? So the king ordered to search for a fat man who could fit the stake. And when they started searching for the fat man, they found that disciple was of the correct size, because he had grown so fat after eating all that food, whatever he could buy. So he was brought for execution. And that is the time he remembered that his guru had said, what his guru had said, that it is a kingdom of fools and you can be subjected to any problem. You can come across any problem. And he wished that the guru was there. Now his guru had magical powers. So as he remembered his guru, he appeared at once and he explained a plan to the disciple so that he could save his disciple. What they did was, that Guru and his disciple, they started fighting amongst themselves to decide who should be executed first. Now king was very surprised that they want to die. Why should they? So when the king asked them why they were fighting, the Guru explained that the new stake was the stake of the God of justice. And whoever was executed first, it would be reborn as a king. Right? And whoever will be executed next on that stake would be reborn as minister. And that is why they were fighting, that who wants to be reborn as king and who wants to be reborn as minister. Now as the king was a fool, he believed them. Right? And he discussed the matter with his minister and decided that if they themselves were executed on that stake first, they would be reborn as king and minister. Right? So that is where it comes in, that they were such big fools. So what they did, that they freed the Guru and disciple, and secretly they were planning that they will die on the stake the same night so that they can be born as king and minister in their next birth also. Right? They did that same night. They hanged themselves and they died. The dead bodies of the king and minister were taken down. The people mourned their death and requested the Guru and his disciple to become the king and minister of the kingdom. So next day morning, they were found, king and the minister were found dead on the stakes. Their dead bodies were taken down. The people of their city mourned over them, and they realized that the Guru and especially the Guru was a very wise person. So the people of that city, they requested the Guru to become their king, and then the minister seat goes to the disciple. Guru and disciple, they agreed, but they kept one condition, that they will not go with these rules which were already there being followed in their city. They said that they would change all the laws back to the normal laws of any other kingdom, and all the citizens, they happily accepted, because they also wanted to live a normal life. So that is how the story ends, that foolish king and his minister die, and because of their own foolishness, and with the help of Guru, the disciple is saved a death sentence. I hope you enjoyed and understood the story, children. Thank you and have a good day.